Because with my case, the only reason I had my hearing, the hearing got my warrant lifted. So I got into the hearing, and it was just to address my bill of particulars, right? So that's what I brought up when I stood up. I said, okay, yeah, I sent you guys a bill of particulars, but this is what this is all about. Y'all received it on November 20th, and I just wanted to know if the prosecution has time to review it and answer to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you got to have another party. And the judge looked at the prosecutor. The prosecutor was like, "Yep, I looked at it," and then she instructed me to go talk to her. And the moment I sit down to talk to her, she all of a sudden can't find the bill of particulars. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. What can I help you with? Right. So she tried to establish a new contract right there. And I said, okay, that's fine. All I want to know is what is the nature and cause. She says, have you seen the accusation letter? I said, I read the accusation letter. I don't need the charges read to me because I've read them. I just want to know what the nature is. Is it common equity or admiralty? And she goes, I'm sorry, what?
No,
And I
she's trying.
go,
She don't know what you're talking about.
yo, y'all could just put it up because I got it, man. And the only way I share it is through like Zoom calls.
Okay, but you remember, like, it's the power of three. Sometimes you have to repeat everything three times.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But the thing is, the moment I said, is it by way of a breach of contract or is there an injured party? That's what I asked her, the
No,
prosecution. And
so
she
she wasn't
goes,
expecting that.
she wasn't expecting that. And then I go, and then she goes, okay, you could go sit over there and we'll get back to you. They made me sit there for the rest of the whole court day. It was
Yeah,
like maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock by the time they called me up. And I wasn't about to leave because I wasn't about to get no other goddamn warrant.
yeah. No, see, that's why I told you the trick for that is putting in a fee schedule or
Right.
putting them on notice that how much you charge for your time because it
Right.
happened to me a couple times when I was the first one in that's back when I used to sign in. I signed in, I was waiting, and then
Well,
when
can I
I
show
got
you
called,
something?
yeah,
Let
for
me show
sure.
you. Let me show you something because I got my so I got this right here. This is my case. This is Frank's case. This is my DUI case. And it's my notice to produce, right? So
Yeah,
in my notice to produce, I had my demand for a bill of particulars, right? And then I even supplied them with a notice for my ban of my bill of particulars, right? And in my bill of particulars, if you come down here, where it's at, where I tell them, here we go, number 7. I have attached a copy of my fee schedule. And this came with the same notice and like my this was in the notice. I sent it via email. I sent it via registered mail, and then I went to FedEx and sent it FedEx mail. I wanted to make sure these niggas got this shit.
so did you contact the clerk or even prosecutor supposed to have a checkbook on here?
Exactly.
But
But I'll hit the who would I serve it to? That's a good question. The clerk.
uh, yeah, I'll probably type up an invoice and serve the clerk and see which, because when I got mine, it was already in the bond. So I just went back to the clerk like, hey, I need my bond back. And then took her to dismissal form. And then they mailed it off, which they could have gave me right there, but they want to hassle you. But them even bring you back to court so many times, that's harassment.
That's a what?
That's harassment for them to bring you back to court.
Right. Because I went to the judge and she said after I kept asking my questions, right? I kept asking my questions. She just started going straight to, okay, sir, we're just gonna schedule you for a jury trial, right? Just so she can get me out of there. And I said, I
You
object.
gotta object. Yeah, there you go.
I said, that's what I said. I said, I object, man. I object to a trial. Who am I going to trial with? I kept asking her, who's bringing a claim against me? I object to a trial. Who's bringing a claim against me? And then after the second time I objected, that's when the goons started coming in, and the goons just shuffled me out of there.
Mm,
And I was like, that's cool because I had a warrant. And I was like, I don't know if they're gonna try to put me in jail or not.
yeah,
So I said, like, fuck it, let me go, and then I'll address the warrant later. But they let me go.
yeah. So
They
next
knew,
time,
but it's kind of like the situation with Frank. But the thing is, Frank, we was talking it earlier today, B, and Bryce brought up the fact that this guy's got a rap sheet, man.
yeah, that's the thing with him. He does
Right?
have a. So they pretty much trying to get him like trying to make it seem like he's just a bad guy. But I mean, even if a rap sheet is, you know what I'm saying, that's not saying he can't turn his life around.
Right?
So
But like
that's
I
what.
it's some way that Bryce put it that it's like you when you come home and you just know that like your kid had did something wrong because you could just see it in their face. But it's
Yeah,
like does that apply to this situation though, you know? Because that's the way the judge looks at you, like you his child, and he could just know when you wrong. It's like, nigga, you don't know me. You feel me?
yeah, that's why you got to put the notice right for him. That's telling him like, hey, I'm an adult now. I'm
Right.
not a minor in your eyes. I
Correct.
don't want to contract with you. So, but you can't.
Tell
Verbally
him,
is just backing up all your claims that you put on paper. So you got to put a lot of stuff on paper and put it on file and put it on record. I should say.
correct, correct. Because
Even
I
when
could
I
pull,
tell,
I could pull this notice that I sent with them, right? And you
yeah,
can clearly say I attached my fee schedule. So I can send them an invoice. I'm just guessing I gotta send it to the clerk
yeah,
and then just be like, take my exhibits that I did put you on notice. And I put them on notice of my fee schedule several times. So
so
if
they
I had to
seeing it,
build a
they
case,
just ignoring it.
what's that?
They just ignoring it. They not. They see it.
Right? But this like who was saying that sometimes they could just flip it over on its back and then the back isn't marked at all. And they could just say, oh, well, I can't find it because there's nothing written on the back of it. Have you heard that one?
No, but
And like to me, that's what they when they're doing it like with honesty because I mean I really can't find it because I flipped it over, and there's nothing written on the back of it. Someone said that I can't remember who it was, but I bet that's something that they use to try that trickery in order to not fucking answer this shit.
yeah, I know they do have a lot of tricks up their sleeve. That's what I'm still learning. I
Right?
still
Because
consider myself a novice,
I did a
but
1-on-one with Joe Lustica, and he was like, when I do the whole return refuse for call and without dishonor and return the summons back, he's like, make sure you write it on both sides. And he goes, that way they can't say they didn't see it.
mm,
So there is something in there, bro. You just got to make sure. Like I'm gonna just start putting on the back of every page, just the title of my document, case number, who's addressed to, right?
yeah, make it double sided. I got you.
Double sided, and then be like, please flip over to review. You gotta make it crystal clear, like they be trying to treat us,
Yeah,
because that's how they all of a sudden when you start doing things the right way, they start acting stupid.
yeah, they be like, oh, yeah, no,
You
not.
feel?
But remember, because you might run into the situation, and if once you throw everything at them, and if the judge leaves, that's abandoned ship. So
Correct.
that's like I don't know if you ever seen it or happened to you. That's the time to stand up and you take charge of the court and you dismiss your own case.
I see. Like I always go through the scenario if I can do it. I'm gonna start issuing orders as well before I dismiss the case. Like I would like the new minute record. I would like the QSIP numbers. I'd like to recall all the bonds, and I'd like to a check by the end of the day. And I
Yeah,
order this case dismissed with prejudice.
yeah, you got to stay taking charge.
Right. But it's like,
Yeah,
could you before you dismiss issue a bunch of orders from the public servants? Clerk, I'd like you to recall all the bonds and collateral securities and write me a check by the end of the day. You know what I mean?
You should,
Right?
'cause especially since they're working for you. I don't see why not. But we
It's so
only way
crazy.
to be sure we got to try it. We got to try.
We got to try it.
Yeah,
And there's no better place than now because we all got cases. But
yeah. That's what I was saying. It's the perfect time because they all like in different areas, but it's all in the commerce.
you know what I didn't have before was this. You know what I mean? I didn't have this. I couldn't talk to nobody, and everybody I talked to about it was like, "Oh, Nigel, shut the fuck up." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
With
nah,
that sovereign
I've been
citizenship,
yeah, I've been there, bro. I
right?
still got family. I got my uncle in the Navy. He used to, no, you need a license. I'm like, no, you don't.
Don't, bro.
Like, they, oh well, you can't drive. Well, I'm like, all right, I don't want to drive anyway. But
Right,
when
exactly.
I see them, they always like, hey, how do you get another car? You don't have a license. Well, because I don't drive, and I just leave it at
Right,
that. I don't
right.
even. But I mean, I'm proof that I've been doing this since 2016. I know enough to keep me, you know what I'm saying, from really. I know I still meet a cop that go above and beyond, but I found out that's just another paycheck if you do it right.
Right. Because once you get it dismissed, right?
Yeah, you go back, but and even though like they're still trying to keep pushing it out and keep pushing it out. Like right now, I got arrested last April, but my court, my first, next court date this week, and then they already got another schedule for next month. This is supposed to be an initial hearing, but I'm like, how do I have two initial hearings in one case? Like, y'all not making sense.
See, I should have stood my ground though and just kept going. I object to a meeting, but like the cops shuffled me out. Like if I do it again, I'm not gonna have a warrant. And I'm gonna stand my ground, like don't and be like, don't touch me. Do not put your hands on me. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like, get your goons away from me, man. I need you to answer the question. But I seen something somewhere else though. I
You
seen
charge
some
them too.
you chart, yeah, but I seen something else though. It's like people keep asking the judge to prove jurisdiction when you should be asking the judge to tell the prosecutor to prove jurisdiction because the judge
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck. It's the
Mm-hmm.
prosecution that needs to prove jurisdiction on the record. And when I asked her that, look, let me pull it up, man. I don't know if I showed you this already though. No, I think it was Anthony I showed it to. It's for the dude that I did a video on, and he called me, and I was like, yeah, because you was on the call with me.
Oh yeah, but I came in late.
You came what? Yeah, you came in late. Correct,
Yeah, I
correct,
was
correct.
late to that. Yep.
So basically, what happened was I stood up. They called my number. Look. Let me share my screen right quick.
Hey, where is he at?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I've been emailing him, and he's in the text message group, but because I like this style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, let me go here. So this if this is what you get on your visual, you can just listen to the audio, right?
Okay. This on your YouTube channel?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's
Yeah.
not listed though. It's private.
Okay. Like I subscribe to you. I didn't really see a lot of them.
She just going through the docket. There had to be at least 90 people on the docket for today. Isn't that
Damn.
crazy?
Yeah.
And 30 people showed up.
So that's warrants for all them other people.
Hmm. What do you say?
I said that's warrants for all the other people, and I know they
Right,
unlawful.
exactly. And even at one point, the judge says that she goes, position number 2, so and so and so. And she goes, all right, well, a lot of people going to jail today.
With a
And I was
happy
like,
smile, that's crazy.
right. And me sitting there knowing what's going on, I'm like, wow, because she got a laugh out of that, out of the audience. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And if they knew, bro, like if they knew, anyway. So like, that's basically it, how they do it. Where in the city that I'm in, they just cattle call you. You stand up, either you answer to it or you get a failure to appear in a bench warrant. That sounds like threat and duress
Yeah,
encouragement to me. You know what I
it,
mean?
it is. It is.
So
But
when
yeah,
they call me up, I don't have this on film because I was trying to go through it all too quick and I ended up deleting a lot of shit that I shouldn't have.
yeah.
And plus, I don't even have me talking to the judge. So I got to go on Tuesday. This is what I need to check my W-9 request for the bonds, right? Ensure that they only use my social once because I submitted a form for them to authorize to use my social, right? Because this is explicit.
Okay.
But but where are they getting my social from? You know what I mean? And I want to go get the court record because I didn't get me talking to the judge. So the court record is what can fill in those blanks. Because
Now,
what
when
I
the
got,
judge, I'm
go ahead,
sorry, but
go
when
ahead.
the judge call you, what do you say? Like, how do you respond?
I just stood up because I'm not running from the name thing anymore because that shit game got me a
All right.
bench warrant.
All right.
So
So
go ahead.
this, I don't run from the name, but I do distance myself from my last name, my given name. So you would say like, "Hey, I'm here on that matter." You know what I'm saying? My given name, and you said your last name, but people know me as Mr. Difficult.
Right, right, right,
So you never. I start running from running from the complete name because that's what I'm saying. It does catch you up with these new tricks, but
right.
you distance
Exactly.
yourself from the last name because that's your given name. You know what I'm saying? I even use like you know what I'm saying. My birthday is supposedly this, but I was a baby. I'm not too sure, but I
Hmm.
do, and that's what I call that. And I do know that if I don't come here, y'all gonna try to arrest me. So I'm here on that matter to resolve it, and these are my rights that I'm standing on. And then before you pass the swinging gates, you still gonna stand on your rights too. You want to reserve all your rights prior to
Right,
entering. You say that 3 times.
right.
The
So
right,
that's pretty much what happened because I went. Oh, there's another page. There is another page. Because before I crossed the bar, I stood up and I said to her, I just want to let everybody know I'm reserving all of my rights, right? And
yeah,
nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. I said, I just want to let everybody know I'm reserving my rights. Does everybody agree? And then finally, she goes, yes, yes, that's good. That's fine. And that's when I
right,
walked.
yeah, that's perfect. Because they would, if you don't, if she doesn't give you permission, she can still take your rights away because
Right.
you didn't rebut them. But yeah,
But
other
I
than
feel
that,
like I
bro,
asked her, even though I slipped up, man, I feel like I still asked her all the questions that I needed to ask her on the record. I still asked her who has a claim against me. And she
I mean,
goes,
you
do you
got the meat of it. You got the meat
right?
of it. You're right.
But I didn't get it dismissed. But I still, if I could get the record, right?
Yeah. Now you really got your craft. Like your method is coming together. You just got a little bit more tweaks.
I gotta
Cause
get on the execution.
because you reserved your rights, you still free. So
Right.
that's a big plus. It's just getting the next step is this dismissal. Then the final step is the sue. But you know what I'm saying, like a lot of people, like even me, like we don't make to the last part, but we get the dismissal. So that's the main goal.
That is the goal. Because once you
Yeah,
got the dismissal, now you got free game. That's why they want
yeah,
Frank to sign.
yeah. And I'm like, you know, I really don't promote signing, but I do think he could and still sue because the emotional distress that he's under. He's under physical. emotional distress, and then
Not only, but
you can get them on just the unsanitary environment, bro. The
right.
toilet is connected to the sink. You know, like
Mm,
that's
it's
and
not
they don't have no cleaning tools, cleaning equipment, so it's unsanitary.
right.
And you know, and he has internal bleeding. Like we don't know the
Right. I mean,
so
clearly, clearly, anything he signs would be under duress.
yeah, and you could still sign under duress and then put his name like you would put it. I think it's like VTS or I got some terms somewhere.
It's V dot C dot vicoctus
Yeah.
under duress.
Yeah.
And I told him that because I was telling him that from since the get go, like when we was on waiting on the Hague court case.
Okay.
I was like, dude, if you just sign it, man, if you, I was like telling them, just go on and sign it, but sign it under duress, get it out of there.
Yeah.
But they'll know if it's under duress or not, and they'll probably wouldn't honor it.
I mean, it's the 50-50 chance
Right, right.
because he still signed it. They still got to process that paperwork.
They still got right,
So,
or
and that's
or
why,
they'll just rip it up and act like he never signed it.
I mean, well, yeah, then it's yeah. If it ain't no witnesses, that's a
Right.
possibility. But
You know what I mean?
I mean, I even show you like I put when I signed my probation, I put because they wouldn't let me move on to the next step, and that's before I really knew everything. Like I left the
Mhm.
courtroom, went to probation, and refused to sign it, and they sent me right back to the courtroom. And I'm like, if I have to sign it, then I thought I'd be arrested because that's what you told me. They just sign the paperwork so we can move on. And I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go because I've been there about 4 hours. So I just put under
Mhm.
duress and put my name, and then I wasn't on probation. Like I never checked in with him. I never called. I even was leaving the state. I was gonna catch a plane too. Like we went on vacation twice, and I came back in. Nothing happened. So even though you know what I'm saying, it's
So
kind
you
of
had
frowned upon.
that sounds like you had success with signing under duress,
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. Like
right?
it's they ain't gonna tell you off the back. Like they didn't. He looked at it and then he still had to file it because we was already in the office. I'm like, you wanted me to sign it, I signed it. Let me. I'm trying to go.
Right. I
But
mean, it's similar to it's. I guess it's not though because I went down to the Department of Driver Services and tried to get my all rights reserved or without prejudice driver's license, right?
yeah,
And they would not let me. They would not let me sign without prejudice.
wow. Oh
They
yeah,
would
because they
not.
it's not enough space, so they say something retarded like that.
Well, they came back with this Georgia code stating that it must be your name and no other words or anything should be on it or some shit like that. And she kept saying, "No, sir, without prejudice is not your name. You have to sign your name." And I was just like, I mean, this is how I sign all my documents though. I'm signing my,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like, and like, like some people don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Like, cause I was in Alphonse. Do you know Alphonse Fagiolo?
no,
This guy's pretty good. He's a beast. Like just listening to him do his thing in the courtroom is pretty fucking amazing.
okay,
But he'll be like, don't even bother signing without prejudice. And I'm like, other people say always do it. Like I'm like, what is the consensus?
yeah.
And
No, I follow this dude, Mark Stevens. He been doing
Mark
like I think
Stevens.
yeah, Mark Stevens. He been doing this since like the late '90s,
Mm-hmm.
and his method is pretty crazy because he got this form. He's like, okay, I admit to everything you saying I did if you can prove that your laws apply to me, and that's it, bro. And,
Mm-hmm.
that was like the craziest thing I seen. That's what really got me on this path. I'm like, wait, so they don't even have proof that none of this shit applies to us?
It's all by your consent. You don't
Yeah,
even know it. Dude,
Yep.
I sit
So
there and watch that. Like I got another video. Can you see my screen?
yeah.
So even before we get to what happened to me, it's like, let's see, people getting sworn in and entering a plea, one after the other. I think this is just one person, right?
Hmm.
But this is what they did to everybody, and one after the other. And she calls them up there. All right, let me turn on the captions. Now, what does this cost? She's over there speaking facts on the record.
See, get this resolved because of 2 weeks.
What's up?
Oh no, I was reading the captions.
Okay, gotcha. And both of Wilson. You can see how nervous I am. I'm like shaking and shit.
Yeah.
That's
That's
my
normal,
binder. I
bro.
had a whole bunch of shit in there ready for it.
Yeah. And that's brand new my first one, bro. I took I had like a whole little folders for it. It's full of paperwork,
Right,
copies for
exactly.
everybody, and it's just because they know. So that's why I'm gonna dumb it down. Next time I was doing with 3 forms. No copies for nobody here. You want to see this? Read it. Give it back.
Right.
But and I
Please
start and
return my property.
yep. And you start out. I was always taught if you in a fight, you start off swinging hard as you can.
Right.
So I go right into these are the laws you broke.
Right.
And the law states if you make a law that's turning my right into a privilege and attaching a fee for it, I can keep on with immunity in so many words. And I just stick to hard case study like that. That way they can't respond. You don't even give them an opportunity to try to flip the script. You can't flip the script if the words right here say this in plain sight. That's why I stopped using so many old cases because one time she told me like, oh, from 19, what? That doesn't apply anymore. I'm like, I didn't know any better, so I just kept going. But
Right.
I found out you can start objecting. Oh, yeah, Judge, I object to that statement. I don't
Right.
agree to that. Do you understand this? I do not understand that. I'm not giving any
Objecting is
consent,
powerful too.
bro. Bro, like I'm telling you, like through these 7 cases, I tried so much, and I first thing I do is I don't understand. I don't want to be here. I'm being here by force. You keep putting that on the record, and they keep trying to hassle you. That's harassment. That's what I'm saying. You're trying to bully me into getting a license, and I don't want a contract. Like, what are y'all not understanding?
Right.
And they'll figure out some way. Like, dude, when I first seen them go into recess, I'm like, recess is this me? Like,
Right. Was there
like
anybody else in the courtroom though?
no. What I'm trying to tell you,
See?
after I started that first time, I really started showing them I knew what I was talking about. My next 3 cases, either be 3 people in the courtroom or I'll be the last person.
Right. Like I told you, man,
Yeah.
like when as soon as I said is the nature of the crime, but is the form of a breach of contract or an injured party. And she was just like, okay, sir, you could go sit over there. We'll get back to you. They made me sit there to the end of the fucking day.
Yeah,
The
because
last case, all the cases were done. And she goes, is there anything else? Oh, ma'am, because I'm still sitting there now. Oh,
yeah,
ma'am, there is a case of Mr. England, and he we went over his bill of particulars and this and that. And I'm like, yo, she knows she didn't see it. I got her on film. So what I was thinking, B, this is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna draft an affidavit. I'm gonna hire a process server, and I'm gonna have the server serve her the affidavit. So she has to answer it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
if she does not answer it, I'm gonna get my default judgment.
yeah.
Like,
No, that's the
like
best back. I even the last certified mail I sent, I didn't get a signature back because I served three different parties. I served both police stations and her, and I got no response from her.
right, no
So
response. But if you say you serve it by way of process server, they got to do it.
yeah, they got to because it's a third party entity that's intervening. So
No, and that's gonna be a court case that's well outside of her little traffic court jurisdiction, right?
right, yeah,
That's my
yeah,
that's my move. That's my checkmate move.
yeah. I think you should go. And like that's what people keep telling me. That's what Clutch was telling me last night. Like, hey, just get it moved out of. I'm like, no, because I want to see her face. Like me and her got long time beef, bro. Like
For
me and
real?
Sheila, yeah, me and Sheila go way back. She
Who?
hates me. The judge.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because
I call her by her
prosecution,
first name.
right? Because I mean, you public, right?
Yeah, that's what, bro. She hates when I started calling her by her first name. I'm like, excuse me, Sheila. It is judge to you. It
No, it's
is
not.
judge
No, it's
Moss
not.
to you. Like,
Yo, I think it was Clutch that showed me today a picture of a judge's oath of office. It was like 2019 when the picture was taken, right?
yeah.
And the fucking oath of office expired in like 2008, and they're still working on expired oath of offices.
Gosh, that's a that's so many
You should,
fucking. Dude, I wish I would. Man, that's one thing I need to get. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to get her oath office. I'm gonna send her a copy of it. Like, hey, look here. I'm trying to see if you can do a DA. Like, because the
well,
DA he did overturn my last ticket. I can't really, you know what I'm saying? I can't really fault him, but I want him to slip up so bad because I want to get him too.
right. See what we got to do now, dude, because I think we got the chops to get this shit dismissed on paper without even having to go in this motherfucker. Even though I kind of want to go in there because I fucked up last time and I want to redeem myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, I would
yeah,
rather just get it. I would rather just get it dismissed and start suing. We got to figure out how to start suing folks and getting these claims back. And then whatever you get from your claim, you just take a percentage and put it in the peer council group so we could keep doing this shit. And the more
yeah,
cases that we beat, goddamn it, the more confident we'll be to go in there and just start kicking these niggas' heads off.
yeah. No, it's a few ways to sue. It's all depends on uh the limitations of like where like with the nature it took place in. Because if
Right.
the police officer violates your rights, you want to do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
1983, you file that with the Department of Justice, and then the FBI also has a department that you can file with.
Yeah, I think he
And
was talking about that the first night.
yeah, that's when I tried, but like when they called me back, I didn't have my paperwork ready, and then I didn't know exactly because all right, so this is the tricky part. The violations is one thing, but the torts you can sue under is slightly different wording.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put a claim in, and they did this. They'll just get like, I guess, penalized on the back end, but you would never see it. To actually sue them, they have to like, you have to show intent, show, and that's what I got from this judge. I'm like, I've been exercising my rights for years, and she keeps putting in fucking uh warrants. She keeps bringing me back to court. She's not giving me due process. So I got a lot on her. That's why I don't want to move it out of court. I want her to see my face when I bring all this to like, hey, I've been building this case for years, and I didn't want her fired. Like, please retire early and do something else with your life.
But it's
And
not.
you know, like,
See, that's the crazy thing is Because if they keep bringing you in now and they never really get a charge put against you, why would they keep bringing you in there? You know
Because
what I
we
mean?
didn't
Are
check.
they just thinking you go and slip up somehow and they can get you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. They see that
How?
she can easily go back and see like, oh, I had this dude a couple times, and then I changed my hair up a lot, and I started wearing glasses. So I'm like, so she probably didn't really notice, but she remembered that name because once she
Right.
started reading the name, she looked at me and she was like, Mr. Barton. I'm like, hey Sheila, like what's up?
Right. You don't say
Like,
that in the, do you say that in the court,
yeah,
Sheila?
I called her Sheila a couple times. Oh
Nice.
man, like she
Dude,
hates that.
when is your court case, man?
It is the 8th next Friday.
Damn, next Friday. If I can make some money between now and then, and you in no, you in Texas.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
long drive, bro.
No, it's a Zoom.
It's a Zoom. Perfect.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fucking perfect.
Because
Yeah.
this still the case that's in Indiana. All my tickets are Indiana. I didn't even get an opportunity to get my feet wet in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to. I'm like, my plan is,
I'll join it. Dog, I'll join it as a witness and record the whole thing and send you the video, the raw
man,
video.
that's what I need because I couldn't, bro, when the last time we was in my Zoom, I couldn't hit record fast enough because I was on hold so long.
Mm-hmm. And then you
And
can't really record it because I tried. Like I went on Anthony's call that when his follow-up hearing,
yeah,
and I tried to record it on my phone while on, and it didn't get the audio. But if I'm on
yeah,
my laptop, I can set it up so I can record the whole thing.
okay. But yeah, it was so crazy. She hung up so fast, bro. Because she kept it. How do you wish to plead? I'm like, well, I don't wish to plead because here in your law it states that it has to be an injured party. And you do know I'm just exercising my right to travel, which also states that by Supreme Court. And I'll just lay it out there simple. Like I don't even use a lot of codes unless she apply pressure. And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'm married to your plea because I went back and forth. I just repeated a couple things, and she's like, "Well, I'm gonna enter a plea for you because we need a plea to move on." I'm like, "I don't wish to move on. I actually don't want to be in court. So
Mm-hmm.
if you enter a plea for me, let the record show that you're entering a plea and you're practicing law from the bench." She said, "The law, the record's not going to show that." And you have a good day. Click. I'm like, damn.
The record is not going to show that.
That's what she said, bro. Like,
Wow.
I was like, this Sheila is the lost her man.
Oh
Yeah,
man, any Zoom call, I'm joining them. I'm
man.
joining.
Yeah, I'm a I'm gonna call Tuesday or Wednesday and see if they got it. Cause they literally like wait to the last minute to give me the information. Last time they didn't give it, like my wife had to remind me like, "Hey, don't you got court coming up?" I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, I do. I mean, let me get that." Cause like I really just stopped going to court. Like anytime they put, like, hey, well, if you converting rights into to privileges, like you can't. I usually just call and just nip it in the butt right there. But I really just got this animosity with her. Like, you want me to play by your rules? Okay, Sheila, let's go. Let's fucking do this.
Right,
Cause like you keep harassing me. So yeah,
right.
I put claims, dude. I put in claim for damages, loss of time,
Mm-hmm.
and then I go to her boss. I go to the DA. Like, hey, Mr. Bernard, I understand you dismissed this last case, and then last case says in the interest of justice. So if it's for the same charge, what's the issue? Like, what's the problem? So yeah, man, I need some money this time.
Right,
Cause like
exactly.
I
If
really never been about the money. I was always banking off the just dismissal, and then I charge people that see my dismissals for like, oh, let me help with this ticket. Okay, give me how much your ticket? 200. Give me $50. We can
mm-hmm,
take care. I go on my
mm-hmm,
laptop, change my name to the day name, and send them copies. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? So, and then most people I just do it for free. Like, man, I see you hurting. You got fucking 3 kids. You need to get around. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
but yeah, if people start winning fucking couple 100,000, yeah, I'm gonna need at least. Come on, let me get a 10-piece.
Well, that's the thing, right? So think
Yeah,
about Frank's case, man, and how much money he got. I mean, he's sitting up there bleeding internally in jail and shit.
I'm trying to get the max.
All for a misdemeanor where there was no victim or anything.
Yeah,
There's no
I
grant.
think I believe the minimum is 700,000 per offense in Georgia. But if it's a bodily damage, I believe is 1 million.
Hmm.
So I mean, I just quickly read that, but I was like, I'm gonna come back to it because we still trying to get him out. But I'm counting the charges, bro. Like 2 counts of neglecting medical treatment, false arrest, and that false arrest actually goes to each officer.
Right. That's what you was telling me the other night. Right.
Yep. Yeah, you on a 1983 claim, it's each officer that that has uh, a part in it. Then,
Hmm.
if you want to get really fancy, you hit them with a RICO charge because they was all expired, like they was all in cahoots. Like
Police officers, all the police officers on the
the
scene.
fucking parole, the fucking this state transfer him to that state. I'm like,
Oh my God.
bro, when he told me it was 3 different states that was involved, I'm like, who the fuck did you piss off? Right?
I mean, for real, dude. Like, it might be
But
some
I
shit
seen it.
about. It might be some shit about Frank. We don't even know. You feel me?
I
But that
mean,
ain't nothing because it's like the last charge they got him on was bullshit anyway.
yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, it might be somebody higher up that just really don't fuck with Frank. Like,
Right. This might be
but
retaliation at its finest
yeah,
right now.
yeah. But
But that's what I don't want to get to that point for myself or Frank. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
he's in there right now.
yeah. Then that's why I was trying to keep it peaceful because my
Right.
beef was Griffith Police Department. They was dude, they was about to break my windows to get me out the car.
I wouldn't
They
do
was
that, man. I'll get out the car. I'd surrender. But like you said, I would just be like, okay, here's my fee schedule, sir. And I do charge for my time. Like you said, that I would take that approach first. And I'll be recording the whole thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know I
But then,
do, but I want that first initial threat. I need them to threaten me first. Okay, so because they go give you a couple warnings and threats before you get like. He was like, oh, because I had my window crack. He let it in the window. I'm like, no, I don't feel safe. Like, what do you want from me? Well, it's a noise ordinance. I'm like, it's not even 3 o'clock yet. Your noise ordinance don't mean shit. Like,
hmm,
what's the problem? And it's just only because like I had a broken tailpipe on my Jeep. I had a lifted Jeep Grand Cherokee. So I'm like, yeah, it's gonna make a little noise, but I'm actually on my way to get it fixed. He didn't believe me. I'm like, okay, so I see where we're going with this. He's going back and forth. And he like, and I heard him. He's like, nobody, why can't nobody get this guy? So he was getting pissed. I'm like, oh, so they heard of me. This is even more fun now. So now I'm just
all
putting
right.
the pressure. Like that, I really want. I'm trying to get his. I've been trying to get his dash cam for years, but
Hmm.
they like this. How crazy is he ended up switching cars, and they told me like they couldn't find it in the process. I'm like, oh, okay. So I mean, but we go through that later on why he had to switch cars. So I wouldn't get details about that, but I'm like, all right, I knew that, but still, you know, it's supposed to be backup copies.
So what's
And
the gotcha in your case is just everything that you normally say with the right to travel and all of that.
yeah, yeah, this has always been the same. Like I've been using the same fucking 3 pieces of paper for years. Cause I go and find the most boldly stated, the most direct quotes and case studies. Like I don't want to get something you can like vaguely attach it to. I'm like, no, I need them specifically say like, if a officer, you know, harms your rights, this was, like I want bold statements. Yeah, I stick to it. I'm sending everybody a copy. I'm sending the officer a copy, his chief. I'm sending the judge a copy, and the DA.
Hmm.
So
So check
every
this out. For your you said it's on Friday coming up, right?
yeah, the 8th.
8th. So
That's next Friday, I believe.
next Friday. Because today is Sunday. No, today is Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, that's Friday. That's Friday coming up. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
No, it's not. Okay, I'm looking the wrong day. Okay, Friday the 6th. So that's Monday. It's a Monday.
What's it, Monday?
The 8th? You said it's the 8th, right?
Yeah, the 8th is this. Oh wait, hold on. I looked at December 8th.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong month too first.
uh,
It's Monday, B.
damn.
It's not this Monday, but it's next Monday. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's perfect, dude. Like, what do you think about? I joined it as a witness, same way I did with Frank, right? And
Yeah.
then afterwards we go live, no matter what the outcome is, and we review it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. 'Cause I already know the outcome.
Right, exactly.
Know the outcome.
Because then it's like we're getting live access to new material, and because like that one with Ryan Michael Thor, that one got passed around so much. But if we could keep putting that out, you feel me? Like niggas is
Yeah.
actually getting these judges to get up off the bench or dismiss or run away in any way. You know what I mean? If we could keep pumping
Man,
that out, like it would shift the narrative, it would shift the perspective.
bro, I want my transcript so bad so I can. But I do remember like it's a couple times they would stop the the record and then handle it outside of. So technically, they was handling it outside of court. I
Hmm.
was just not aware of it because I gradually look over like, wait, the time stopped, but I'm still here. And then somebody can talk and then they come hand me a piece of paper. Or I get the letter in the mail. Oh, it's dismissed. I'm like, I'm waiting on the case. How I get dismissed? But then I go
I'll take
online.
it this minute. Sorry, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
look online. It just don't say nothing. It just say uh it just show the last log and nothing after that. So like
Hmm.
they
You
will
know, I
try
have.
like yeah, or they retract statements, all types of stuff, man.
Yep. I was just dumbfounded when, like, the prosecution told me she couldn't find it. Oh, I don't see it. I don't see it. But she did kind of establish a new contract when she goes, but I can help you. What are you looking for?
Yeah, yeah. You gotta watch out for that.
But that's fine. I mean, I'll know that next time. But when I went in, I still asked the judge all the questions.
Yeah.
And so I still need to get a copy of that record.
Okay. Well, what's that?
Hold on. What was I gonna pull up? I don't even remember now.
I'm looking at this now. Uh,
Cause I gotta run, man. Cause we're about to go to my cousin's house, and we probably should
oh,
have left already.
oh, yeah, for sure. But no, it's actually a pre-trial conference. It's
Yours
not even.
is
Yep. And
nice.
then on 1/8, and then I got 2/5. That's a bench trial.
Oh
But this
God.
this actually my second conference.
So then, yeah, she set me up for a jury trial because I asked her for. I even asked the judge, like, can I invoke the trial? But I like to invoke a trial by jury. Like the fines were like $300. That's well in excess of $21, I believe it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like to invoke the common law. And she said something the words to the effect like you can't do that.
And it's like, why not? Well, if this is a criminal case.
Right. But
So
the thing is like, is this judge under oath? I don't think she is, because how could she just straight up lie like that? They must not be under oath.
yeah, it must not be but we actually have to call him out on it too.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
that's
And I didn't do that
yeah.
because every
I mean,
question I asked, they kept moving closer in. The police did.
Yeah. No, that's actually a scary tactic, bro. That's like once it's over, bro. We not. I know you want to put your case on back burner, but we still go treat it just like Frank. We go
Well,
treat
the
it like
thing
he
is,
been incarcerated.
I agree, but the thing is, it's like going through Frank's case. I'm like, well, shit, this applies to my case. You know what I mean?
He
Or
did.
that
Yeah,
applies to my case. I'm using
yeah.
all of this shit. I'm putting everything into a master file, and then I'm putting. But I don't think I got to do that. I'm gonna just serve the prosecution, use a process server, pay them motherfucker $100 to go serve Sheila Tyler at the courthouse down in DeKalb or Decatur, right? Decatur,
Okay.
Georgia, and have him serve it because then I know she got it, and I served her properly, like through you know what's it called, due process, right?
Yeah, that's the and yeah, you have to play by the books, even though they're not. So they can't say
Right.
like you you
I'm
didn't do
serving
something.
right, but I'm serving her well outside of her jurisdiction, well outside of her jurisdiction. I'm serving her on the land. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because it's like if you try to serve them and you try to go after them within their in their little cult, I don't think it's gonna work.
No, they just pass it off to one of their buddies, and
Right?
it's,
Same thing that happened to Frank right now.
I,
But let
I
me,
still think, yeah, we talk about it. Text me, but I think we should work on a claim too. Put a claim on file.
yes, I agree. I totally agree. And I was gonna do a 1-on-100 with somebody about filing claims and grievances
Yeah, because
because
we can put them on file before the case is over.
we could put them on what?
We can put the claims on file before the case is over. So that
Right,
way, once it's over, they shouldn't have no rebuttal. They need to pay us out.
right. If you put the counterclaim in there, right, and they can't
Hmm.
answer to that, oh my
Yep.
goodness. And now I
Cause
need my damages.
yep. Cause it's already on file how much I want and everything.
Right. That's the
And claim.
kicker.
Yep.
That's
The
the
claim is
kicker.
just to say, yeah. The claim states like, hey, that's already in this case's law. So once I get it dismissed, and once you're found wrong, this is what I want, and I'm gonna need this right now. Like
Right.
I don't want it in a week. I know y'all got paychecks, so
Yeah,
yeah,
because y'all didn't give me a week to do it, right?
exactly.
Well, look, so if you think about Frank's case, and I'm gonna have to go because, but if you
No,
think about Frank's case, there is no claim against him. So if he files a claim, that would be the first claim.
yes, that's why I want to. That's why I was trying to tell him. I want to put this initial claim on file right now, because
Right,
but I also didn't want to just risk, him trying to get transferred or anything. Like
right,
I just want them to make it seem like we just want him home. No, no harm, no foul. But
right,
it's gonna.
exactly. Right. We just want our brother out of jail and back home with his family. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna, I'm gonna keep up with text though, because I gotta go.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah, don't keep the family waiting, bro. Enjoy yourself. Don't even think about this where you know what I'm saying, with the fam.
Oh no, it's all good because I'm
Yeah,
gonna be over there talking their head off about it, and they ain't
yeah.
gonna want to listen to none of
For
that.
real. But yeah,
All
so
right,
have a
bro.
good time, man. We
You too,
came up
man.
good stuff. All right,
No,
bro.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. It's love,
All right.
man. Appreciate you, man. God bless.
Yeah, much love, bro. Peace out.
All right.